was being suggested to me. I'd done a very short other leadership, a few hours of training. I didn't really know what this was at all. Jo told me it's a good idea, so I kind of trusted her judgment, but I was also quite apprehensive about what I was signing up for and whether it would really be helpful, whether it was the nice possible way, just a lot of theoretical stuff that wouldn't actually be useful. That was my fear. And at the time that she was suggesting I took it on, I'd just been promoted into the role I'm in now. So I was also taking on, new responsibilities. So I was slightly apprehensive about what I was taking on. But Jo said that it would really help support me doing the role, and turns out she was quite right. So, I mean, I really enjoy the sessions. Really, really, really enjoy meeting the people. Not just it's meeting people that are slightly outside of our team. They're UKHSA, but it's a different group of people who've got different perspectives, still within UKHSA, but different perspectives on leadership and challenges. That's really helpful. The actual act of going through the assignments and having to put things into practice means that you don't just read the theory, you actually do it. And I think that obviously it's because it's an apprenticeship, isn't it? But that's what's so valuable about it, because I think you can read all you like about management tools and techniques, but until you actually put them into place, I don't think you really understand why they're helpful, and you have a go at things. And I've done things that have gone not very well. I did some action learning sets the other week. It didn't really go like the theory, but I've learned and I know what I'd do next time to make it better. I mean, I can't speak highly enough about all the different tools and techniques and things that I've learned about. Have absolutely, completely revolutionized. I hadn't done loads of leadership stuff before I did the course, admittedly. Not the theory of it. I probably had done the practice, the practical side of stuff, but actually having the framework and the theory has been amazing. And there's been so many kind of pennies dropping and light bulb moments, all those cliches. And I know Jo will say this, she'll be like, "Oh, you got it now." yeah, I got it. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough, really. I've enjoyed it. I've learned huge amounts that's practical. And I think regularly about the things that I'm doing, and I think about why I'm doing it now and what my options might be. And I see now why things that, Jo is obviously further on than me, she's just finished, but I can see there's occasions when she's done things, think, oh, she's doing this because of things that Gol have suggested as well. And it's clear to me that it's really beneficial for me, but it's also beneficial for the whole team.
Yes. No, I get a lot. You can imagine me working for Lighthouse, the directors that I communicate with. I'm thinking this is part of the training that I should be doing, isn't it? I'm almost a bit suspicious of it. Are they speaking to me as Roy, or are they? And I never know what quite space I'm in. So it's fascinating, isn't it? Once you get that learning, you understand what's happening with your line managers and directors and things, and it all clicks into place then, doesn't it?
There's some really simple things like talking about the chimp paradox.
Yeah.
And I can say to Jo, my chimp is out. And she might even occasionally say, my chimp is out. And it's just having those tools to be able to say, my chimp is out and I'm really cross and I'm really angry and I know my chimp's out. So, but it's that speaking that same language means, and I know there's other people in our team who also will talk about, who've done the role, who will talk about their chimp, or at least they know what you mean when you say my chimp is out. I need to go away for half an hour and I'll come back in half an hour when I've walked my chimp. And I think that that's such a valuable tool for members of the team to be able to recognise that self-regulation. I'm not saying I regulate myself always perfectly, definitely don't. But it's recognising how important it is and the impact of your self-regulation on the people around you. So being able to understand how you might come across in a particular way and why other people might be coming across in a particular way because they're also, their chimp is out. It's such fundamental basics, but when you've you've written about it, you've learned about it, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah,
I like the chimp paradox a lot.
Yes, I am the chimp. they try to put me away quite a lot, but I keep going away. But no, it's that's great to hear. And Joanna, have you noticed the changes in Pippa going through this?
Yeah, I think we were both in very similar positions when we first started this. So our kind of testimonies are probably almost identical. It's that classic kind of, you're in a new role, you don't feel as confident as other people around you doing that role, and you need some tools. You need to be able to reach into a toolbox and just grab something. So it's like a bit of a crutch when you need it, or just a nice little something you can lean on when you're in difficult situations, or when you don't know where to start with something. And I think we both now have this wonderful toolbox. We know we're not experts in leadership. We know this course is really designed to help predominantly get you thinking about yourself, like Pippa's been talking about. It's about self-reflection. I think what struck me is I've got other people who are just about to join it, and they are not quite getting how important the self-reflective and the self-management thing is. They think they can skip over that because they've done that all before. But I'm really saying to them, hone in on that, because that is the thing that will keep you going throughout the course, and it's the biggest thing that will keep you going beyond it, because you can dip into and learn more about all the different elements. But it's that reflective thinking that this course has really taught me, and it's exactly what Pippa has brought up here today. So yeah.
As a very specific example, people talking about time to complete it, because it is a bit of a juggle, obviously doing it alongside work. And I keep saying, but if you look back at that early module, it talks about thinking about when you work well. Really simple stuff. I know I work well in the morning, and I know I work last thing at night. Now, there's no way in the earth that my line manager would ever encourage me to be working late at night. But I know that for me, if I want to nail something, write a paragraph on something, I know that actually after 9 o'clock, I have a new zone where I can think clearly because the kids are in bed. And that for me is far more useful than now between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. It's just who I am. It's how I am. Yes. It's not to say that I still work in the afternoon. I'll do the later bit, in my own time. But I think recognizing that actually after the last 2 hours of the day is often dead time. So book your meetings then, because you're not going to be, I can't be proactive last thing in the day. Other people can, but it's just knowing what is effective for me and knowing how to organize my day. You don't always have you can't always control when your meetings are, but if you can control them, schedule them so that it works for you. And it's really, really, really simple things. But once you've actually written, a piece of work about when you work best, when you book the meetings, you think, wow, 4:30 till 5. It's not a massively important meeting. It needs to be done, but it would fit nicely there if the other person, if it works for them, that works for me. And it's little things like that means you then get a much nicer chunk in the morning that would be more useful. And it sounds such basic elementary stuff, but when we're so busy, I think it's really easy to forget to just organize your time well.
And it is that you almost have to see or be taught it to really understand it, but also to then recognize it in yourself and actually hold your hand up. Actually, that's me. Yes, you're right. It's we do team days at Lighthouse, and we again, I keep talking about our directors. They're wonderful people, really, but it doesn't sound like it. But they make us do some of the experiential exercises that we obviously do on the course. And even though we live and breathe the stuff, the times you get caught in the game and being competitive, and then realizing that you've been shouting the same thing 4 or 5 times and thinking that everybody should understand. But obviously, some people need time to think and. It's fascinating. It's not just your self-awareness, but then going on to think, well, because I like that, the person I'm working close with might like something completely different, and to work in a completely different way. And it's finding that middle ground, isn't it? And understanding and accepting each other's differences, I suppose.
But that's the whole point with being the leader. It's no longer about you.
No, exactly.
It's not about you as the leader. It's about your team, and it's making that shift so that you regulate yourself, so you're in a place
Yes.
to then look after the team. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't have that confidence when I started this. I didn't have that. I was stepping up after should we say, a fraught recruitment process. I was stepping into a role and I felt there was a lot of monkeys on my shoulder. And now, well, they're probably still there. Actually, they do wave at me occasionally. But, I don't feel, the course has definitely helped me feel more assured with things I'm doing, because I understand the reasons I'm doing it.
Yes. Brilliant. Superb.
It's not to say I get it right.
No, but your confidence has grown massively, and I think it's really helped you find your right place amongst that senior team, because you've been able to discover what the best bits of you are, how you can interact with other people really well, get the most out of your team, and quite clearly not compete with other people. This isn't about becoming better than your peers in the role. This is just about how you can develop yourself, your team, and for us all to have. And I think those kind of organizational planning and understanding what all of our common goals are as an organization, so that we're all moving forward in the right direction together. Because over the last 3 years, it's been a very strange world to work in. And with organizational change and lots of recruitment, it adds this huge element of competition with each other a lot of the time. And I think this course, again, just reminds us that we are actually all part of one machine, kind of trying to get somewhere together. And I think that's where you've really been able to use those tools really well to fit in with those other people at your grade, and keep us going forwards with work you're doing now that you would have been absolutely terrified of, probably still are a bit scared of, like 12 months ago. You're now representing us at a national level. You're taking a lead on areas that are completely outside of your comfort zone, like safeguarding from from your background.
So outside of my comfort zone with that. So outside.
And training and development. You're training others, you're sharing your knowledge. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to see with people who do this course, and Pippa's shown it really, really well, is I'm not just going to learn this for me. I'm going to share these skills straight away as soon as I can. Sorry to do your team out of a job, Roy, but we share the lessons as much as we can, and to keep it going and keeping us all reminded of the value of the training, and keeping ourselves updated.
I've done some training with people who run the duty desk as art manager on a given day. They're in a specific role where they're running the team, and I've been through Chimp Paradox with them. I don't know how many of them have really listened, and I think it actually probably, I've tried, but it probably shows how important it is to actually be on goal properly, because I've told them and I've tried to. I'm not David, basically, is the bottom line, which is fine, but it just shows I've talked to them about it. I don't know how much it's gone in, because I think they think I don't know. I don't think it's sunk in for some of them yet, but I'm going to keep trying.
Yes, yeah, and I mean, actually, sort of, you're right in some ways. It is almost kind of counterproductive to want people to go and share the knowledge you've got and pass it on to your colleagues, but that.
Oh, we lost him. Done him out. Completely done them out of a job. It's still recording.
I've had a couple of people drop out of meetings today. I think I'm their jinx today. I'm obviously just having this impact on people's internet. You're back.
Can you hear us, Roy?
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
Brilliant. Sorry, I don't know what happened there, so apologies. Just everything just went, and I thought, oh no, what's going on? It's probably because I was waffling too much, but yeah, I should be listening to you two, really. But no, it's great to hear that, and it is what we want. We want people to. that's when we know our training's been good. They want to spread the word. They, you know, they have recognised it's made such a difference to them. They want to make it a difference for everybody they work with, and so that's as good a testimonial as you can give me, really. So
And
it's
I think
brilliant.
having other people in your team who've done it actually adds up value to your own experience,
Mm.
because when I go back and say, oh, I've done X, Y, Z goal, either Joe, Penny, other people who have done it and they've had the same experience go, yes, isn't it amazing? But if I brought something that they actually hadn't done, they would be all ears, because they would know that it would be something valuable. So I think having people across the team who have done it adds an extra credence to the things that you bring back.
Yes.
And I definitely benefit from the fact that other people in my team have done it, because I can have conversations about it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that was really good. I don't know if there's sort of any sort of other thing that we haven't sort of gone across that you want to add to that, either of you?
I sometimes think, you know, what, because I'm trying to sell. I mean, I need commission on this, Roy. I'm selling the course to everybody I speak to about it, and I
Wonderful.
tell them why it's so great, and what they need to be prepared for when they come to it. And I think, you know, we've talked about the reasons why Pippa and I've got so much out of it, but you know, it works because it's something that you can really fit into your work, and you can make it a success if you approach it in that way. I know someone who has struggled to meet deadlines, and I think is approaching it as a totally separate almost to the work. And so it's, you know, for those of us who've done, I think, well on the course, it's really applying it. And this is coming right back to what Pippa said at the beginning, but also how you can get as much out of it as you put in. So, you know, you can make it a much bigger deal if you want to, if you have the time, but recognizing that it is just about, it's about, what you bring to it as much as what the course kind of brings to you as well. I'm not explaining it very well.
No, that's yeah.
I think the point is, it's not just a bunch of training sessions that you sit and listen to and magically give you the skills. I remember David saying in the very first session, basically, you've already got the abilities and capabilities, and you've probably got a lot of the understanding already. What this does is make you actually use it and use what you're already capable of. You wouldn't be in your roles if you didn't already have that capability.
Exactly right.
And he asked questions. I love it. David is like the best devil's advocate in the world. He just asks questions. And I tried to emulate it. I can't. I've tried to ask questions like that of people, and he's very talented.
Yes, he's annoyingly good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great to hear. I don't know whether you've both want to or both have the time, but I don't know if we could also do perhaps a catch up when you finish the program. If that could be a thing to do, and just as a conclusion to what we've discussed today, so it'd paint a lovely journey. I mean, it's we very rarely get the chance to get the testimonial from both the delegate and the line manager. It's great to hear that, because
people normally fall out.
Yes, that's right. No, it's a lot of work for some line managers to actually take on more apprenticeships. I mean, we practice what we preach. So in my team, we've just had a digital marketer who completed his apprenticeship, and the amount of work I had to do. I shy away from essays, and I said it's like going back to school for me. You know, it was I know, and it was, but yeah, it was fascinating to hear both from both perspectives. So thank you very much for that. And if we can catch up at the end, that would be great.
No,
No
that's
problem.
absolutely fine.
Great. Well, thank you very much again. And Pippa, lovely to hear your story so far. And
Well, thank you.
Joanne, thanks for supporting us as well. And I'll have to send a cake or something at least. Won't I?
So, Roy, do you know that Jo's just finished her course and got a distinction?
Yes.
You did it.
Yeah. We didn't expect anything else, did we?
Well, no, I didn't. No, we didn't. I didn't expect anything else. But
Yeah.
she's very modest, so I just thought
It's a very nice
needed
moment.
So how's the piano playing going before we?
Oh, you've watched back up the last one. Oh,
No,
that's a
I
good
remembered.
memory.
You see,
Good memory,
I'm not.
Roy.
I'm not good at many things, but I do remember stories. Then that's
Oh.
what I have to be good at. You know, I have to paint a picture somehow in my job.
Yeah.
So
Well, Pippa, what I tell Roy about in my testimony was just how life-changing goal is, and how, so for me, I've really applied a lot of things outside in order to, as you know, run a marathon last week and and doing other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting my grade 7 learning and continuing to perform in National Trust properties. So yeah, going pretty well.
Oh, brilliant. That is really good. I don't know that you people are too talented. Too talented. Makes me feel inferior. The things that
I just don't sleep,
myself.
Roy. I have about 20 hours a day to get loads of stuff done.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got 4 children, and that's sort of most of my
There you
life
go,
done,
you're
sort of
sorted.
thing. So.
Yeah,
But
just I've got 3. Just getting out the door is actually,
yes.
I mean, there were various parent fails this morning, but my chimp definitely gets out at home with the kids. My next challenge is to not let my chimp shout at my children.
Yes.
I haven't cracked that
difficult.
yet.
It's
I haven't
difficult.
cracked that.
Yeah, at one point we had 3 children at a similar age, so we had 3 naughty steps. One had to sit in the middle of the stairs, one at the bottom, one at the top. But then they started playing games on the stairs, so we had to sit. All fun and games, all fun and games. But lovely to speak to you. Thanks again, and hopefully we catch up again soon.
Thanks,
Thank
Roy.
you.
Take care.
All the
Cheers.
best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.